Good afternoon. Faculty impact on student experience at struggling campuses. My name is Micah Crump, and my research partners are Dean Dr. Joanne Rowe, Dr. Alicia Reed, and Dr. Renford Brevin. We're all at Medgar College. So what we notice is that campuses all over, worldwide, many of them are struggling because they face existential threat from a variety of sources. And so people externally, it kind of looks like many of the campuses are just fishing around aimlessly, looking for what should they do, what's best to do. Many of them embracing the status quo with some modification. Many of them are totally re-engineering their processes and so forth. But we really wanted to know what could they do. And we wanted to investigate that. And also, because we're a predominantly Black institution, we particularly wanted to focus our efforts on predominantly Black institutions and HBCUs. And so since 2016, more than 100 colleges and universities in the United States alone have permanently closed down or have been consolidated in a hostile takeover way and consumed into larger programs. There used to be 121 HBCUs, and through the years, 20 of them have permanently shut down. Dozens more predicted to close over the next 20 years. And some researchers argue that in order to be more competitive, campuses should focus more so on the educational services that they provide in order to survive. So the literature tells us that the most cited contributing factors for all closures and consolidations in the United States are these three bullets that we're looking at: financial problems and so forth. Pre-pandemic, it was a strong U.S. economy also. With a strong economy, people perceive they don't necessarily need to spend 4 years getting a college degree. Also, some campuses increased their tuition more than 8%. The market didn't like it. Some campuses discounted their tuition more than 35%, which hurt their operating budget. And also other campuses depended on tuition for more than 85% of their revenues. So these are some of the most cited contributing factors. What are campuses doing in response? Many of them are adding attractive degrees, short certificate programs. They're dropping low enrollment programs that they can't financially afford to run. They're increasing their online offerings. They're offering major discounts on tuition. And some are even raising money from community and alumni. So the major factors that impact campus survivability are top leadership. That'd be the president, provost, top vice president, campus recruitment activities, financial aid, housing, external competition, which in addition to other campuses also include any other programs that offer people a route to get a nice career or promotion. Economic shifts, external shocks such as pandemic, what the federal, state, local government do, brand image, peer testimony. So what are people in the community saying about the campus? What are high school students saying about the campus? What are prospective athletes or current athletes saying about the campus, and so forth, and especially through social media. And then finally, what is the faculty body and their actions? How is that impacting? So we, in this particular research, we actually focus on this last one, faculty body and their actions as a factor impacting campus survivability. So in addition to looking at current students and students who actually matriculate through a program successfully and graduate, we also want to collect data and look at students that are first-year freshmen who stop out prior to completing 2 semesters. Also, we want to look at other stop-out students who stop out as sophomores, juniors, or seniors. And then also we want to collect data from prospective students, from incoming freshmen, transfer students, non-traditional students, and so forth. And what we believe is that these three, plus the other students who do well through the program, they may perceive a campus's ability to deliver the attractive job offers differently than each other. The campus ability to help the student get promotions on their current jobs, help a graduate get promotions, graduate school acceptance, strategic internships, and also receipt of merit-based scholarships. So how do these 4 groups, the 3 right here, plus current students, how do they perceive all of these differently or the same is something that we care about knowing. And then finally, how critical is student morale as a driver of campus survivability variables such as the ones down here below? Is student morale a major driver of these variables right here? And so those are questions that we want to ask. So for our particular research, we developed 8 broad research questions. First one is an empirical investigation of, does the faculty body impact satisfaction level of student experience in a way that impacts campus survivability? Does faculty impact on student experience vary among campuses in various stages of survivability threat? Number 3, do differences in student experience exist between different categories of HBCUs? We're going to show different categories of HBCUs. And also, do levels of student experience cause declining enrollment, reduction in tuition revenues collected because students choose not to pay unpaid tuition, campus survivability threat? Are closed down or consolidated campuses, are they similar to lower ranked colleges and not similar to higher ranked colleges as relates to this research? Number 6, can lessons be gleaned by faculty at at-risk colleges that are similar to closed down colleges? Number 7, does satisfaction level of student experience differ by student classification level, freshman, sophomore, junior versus senior? And finally, does the perceived level of a campus's satisfaction level of student experience differ across the following groups: community members, sister campuses, stopout freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors, and bachelor's degree recipients of the campus? So the people that we hope our research will help, which is our research target audience, are the faculty body at struggling campuses who seek to change their institution's survivability. Most studies focus on what top administrators should do, but in contrast, we believe that focusing on what the professoriate could do may be helpful. So we do acknowledge that faculty come in different types, different categories, as this 2x2 matrix shows. There are student-centric faculty members and non-student-centric. An extreme example of a student-centric faculty would be if a lot of students really need a class to be offered only on a Sunday afternoon, and this particular faculty is the only one that can do it. Student-centric faculty would probably volunteer to teach on Sunday and make the sacrifice. A non-student-centric faculty would offer that course on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 o'clock a.m. So that's just a hypothetical example. And so the 4 categories, category 1, 2, 3, and 4, we believe that external forces operate distinctly different on each category, and they matter as relates to this research. So we break HBCUs down into 4 categories. Category 1, they have no major foreseeable issues that need to be addressed. Examples are Spelman, Howard, Morehouse. Category 2, they're in reasonable health, but they have some issues that if not addressed could result in a downward spiral. In the second bullet, you see types of universities that are examples. Category 3 are pink light campuses. They're financially struggling and or in danger of closing or facing hostile consolidation. Examples you see. And then finally, category 4, that would be campuses that are permanently shut down. They're already closed down or they're consolidated. So we propose an empirical study to identify what intervention strategies can the faculty take at these campuses to improve these 9 outcomes and others. We developed 9 specific research questions, and we wanted to know, do pink light campuses differ from the other 3 in 9 different ways? So are the pink light campuses more similar to Rest in Peace campuses, RIP campuses, or are they more similar to green light or yellow light campuses in terms of, number 1, the degree to which their programs effectively pipeline students into internships, nice jobs, higher wages, promotions at their current jobs, helping them get into graduate school, getting graduate school scholarships, performing well on national graduate school entrance exams. Number 2, the brand equity, the degree to which external people perceive the campus's offerings, how it's perceived by current, future, and former students, also hiring organizations, current employers, future hiring organizations, graduate schools, and what about the faculty and staff as well? Number 3, do they differ? Pink Light campuses, do they differ from the others in terms of the number of years since the current curriculum was last validated or updated? Number 4, do they differ in terms of the portion of the current curriculum that was inputted by hiring organizations, students' current employers, graduate schools? And number 5, the time since that input was reflected into the current curriculum. Number 6, do Pink Light campuses differ from the other in terms of including a department-wide common core that was developed in collaboration with external partners? Number 7, do they differ in terms of whether soft skills are taught as a one-shot event or if they're infused and reinforced throughout the entire curriculum? Number 8, how students value maintaining low or paid off campus financial bills versus using that bill money and discretionary spending on alternatives. And then the last specific research question is the degree to which the faculty and staff who are cognizant of actual drivers of students' commitment to a campus's offerings, such as are the faculty cognizant of how many of the portion of students who are there mainly for the sole purpose of spending financial aid and who never intend to complete courses? Are the faculty aware of the portion of students who matriculate there only as a stepping stone, if that portion is very low or high? Also, are faculty members aware of the perception from students that the curriculum institutionalizes or values multiple forms of intelligence and infuses it throughout the curriculum? And then finally, the degree to which faculty appreciate student culture. So this is how we operationalize each of these constructs in the yellow, and just kind of wanted just to put that in there sort of real quickly. So that's what we wanted. We want to collect that data. We believe that we have some sources to collect the data. We have a good strategy. And then at the end of the report, we're going to summarize the findings, provide discussions and conclusions, make recommendations to educational policy providers, share the implications and limitations of our research. So at this time, we thank you very much, and we'd like for you to please share with us your recommendations on how to make this research meaningful. Thank you all.